All right, I want to show these real quick because I've been struggling with some of the editing tools, especially if you try to go in and cut something right where you want it to be, but it ain't really hitting. In other words, it's cut off a little bit. This split down here actually does work, and it is a great tool. So what you want to do is set your beat bar. Let me undo. Hold on a second here. Okay, so you see how that's not split, but I want to split it here on this beat bar. And by the way, you can go ticks if you want to and get real detail, but I'm just gonna go here. All you gotta do is set it, click split, and it's done. And you see I have it on the arrow too. That helps because then you can touch this part and go shift cut. They need to do a shift delete in here. They only have shift delete here, but they don't have it here on certain things. It's weird how you have to do, so you just have to go cut, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so that needs to be fixed. It would be good just to be able to adjust pieces here back. Like if I just want to adjust that back a little bit, that would be kind of nice. Currently, you can only move it directions that you want it to be. So it is what it is. And why would I use this, or why would you even use this? Well, if you just record in like a little, like I did a bass slide right there before the bass. So, right? Sometimes I like to do that. So I just need to have that little spot. And it also, another thing that would be nice, I don't see it on here, this may be here and may not, is being able to take like this and move it to like, let's say I want this to become track 5 because I want to sit it close to the bass so that I don't have it in separate spots. Then it would be nice to be able to go back and do that. Oh, and then I just figured out that the mixer can move pages. I don't know why I didn't see that. So here's your outputs right here. If you need to put effects on there, on your outputs, or your sends, or your pan volume, you can see it all in the mixer. And that to me is huge. Just having that alone is incredible. You can do all your mixer configuration settings. It's not a lot of configuration settings, but it is what it is if you want to use them. But they're all right here. So it's kind of nice. So when you see your output going, or you see I have Air Flavor Pro on there on the mixer. Your sub mix, and then back to your. I was wondering where, I was like, where in the last video, I was like, where in the world is that stuff? So it is there. You just have to slide over. It would be nice to see pages, like page, since you only can put 4 things in per track. It would be nice if they put some type of arrow down here where you could just shoot a page over. Because see, what happens is I'm sliding. Here's 1 through 8 on the mix. Then you do this, and you can see it's letting you sit between certain parts. I don't get that. But you only got these 4 outs that you can see. And then there's these returns that are here, right? Your returns. So obviously you know what returns are good for sending, like if you're going to do a drum, some parallel compression type stuff for the drums or whatever. I'm not that heavy into mixing on here. And even if you see my template for Ableton, I don't use a lot of preset plugins and effects. I'm just not that person for the styles of music that I play. But if you need it, it's all there. So just so you know, in the mixer. So the mixer to me is like my go-to. I really want the mixer here. And it is. So you see it's channel mixer. I have that. I have the grid view if I need to go there. The pad mixer does not currently work in this. I don't even know if I'm going to ever use a pad mixer. I'm not sure what that is for. I think it might be what this is, like muting here. Or at least that's what I thought. But anyway, so I keep the browser because I need that. But the arranger, going back into the arranger, and I'm fine with just recording and playing. So my only wish is more audio tracks, because things like this where I need to put like a bass slide, I either got to go back in and record it live into the already mixed session, which could be good and bad for little things like that where it's super tedious, where I might go back and do that after if I decide, because I'm building the mix, right? But yeah, so this insert bars thing or delete bars has become a real nice thing. So bar 1, I'm thinking about deleting a couple bars here, like maybe Let's do, boom. So now all I have is 1, 2, 3 bars slide in. So I could play just like a little melody or a little something to intro the song into it. So that's the reason why I did that. So these last couple tracks, because I'm down to, the drum track is MIDI. The chord track, the guitar lead, the tenor sax lead, the bass is all, and this bass slide are all audio. So you got 1, 2, 3, 5 audios so far. That means I got 3 left to figure out what I want to do. In this particular song, I want to have an intro and an outro, right? So that's going to take 2 tracks, unless I'm going to use the same things already made. Now, sometimes I'll do that, but because the editing in here is not like up to par, it's close, it's good. It's not on DAW level yet, where you got a mouse, you can control it and do all that yet. So at this present point in beta, there's some editing that's tricky because you got to go into this to do it, right? Currently, if you're going to do any editing. So I probably would add another audio track, and this time figure out my next step would be, okay, what's going to be the intro, and I got to work on that. And you could use, if you're doing mostly internal stuff, you have no issues here because you could just use MIDI tracks for days and you're good. I think there's 128 if I'm not mistaken in this thing, so you probably will never have to worry about that. But if you're using external instruments, you know your limitations are 8 tracks. Otherwise, you're going to be recording to a MIDI track and then playing off of that. That's your backup way to do it. I don't really want to do that for this. I'm just trying to work in straight arrangement mode, which requires some more effort and work. And I'm okay for that. So there you go. All right. So I just wanted to show you those steps. The mixer, slide over to get to your other stuff, like your sub mix, your returns, and your output master channel. And then in your arranger, set the point where you want your bar to be, go into here and then crop and then do split. Use the split feature to split a portion. That's easier and you get a more precise cut. If you try to use the cut tools, it's going to cut where your finger hits it, but sometimes it misses a little bit. So if you're trying to be precise on cutting, definitely take that into consideration. So one of the places, I'm going to cut over here. I'm going to do the cut one more time because I would like to cut this tail end of this loop off. You got to be on the track, though, that you're cutting for it to work. So you got to be able to move over here. Yeah, thank you. So be on there, then hit split. Be on this, touch it, and then just shift cut and done. Like that. Make sure if you record songs in here too, you save a lot. And that is all I got for this video. I'll definitely say it's important to go in and at least click save the project, right? And if you save early, you don't have to worry about saving so much later. But yeah, especially when you're using audio tracks, because if it loses an audio clip, you're done, right? That's you have to go back and re-record everything. It's not like with MIDI where you could kind of go back, adjust, or do something. So anyway, keep that in mind. That's it for this video. I'm out.